Go.
Yeah, it's the podcast. What's the odds with Steve Renazizi? November 11th, 2020, Veterans Day. Thank you for joining us. I want to start off by saying, first of all, happy Veterans Day to all the armed force human beings out there. Human beings serving our country. Thank you very much for what you do. We still have a country. It's not a dictatorship, even though we're not exactly sure. It kind of feels that way right now. But we do have a president-elect, so there is that, I guess. Technically, are you guys, I don't know, are you guys China and Russia? Are you not recognizing Joe Biden as the president-elect? Are you holding out? Are you like some of my other friends who are calling me up being like, dude, I saw some videotapes of fucking friends in Philly. I'm like, let me tell you something right now, okay? If the Democrats were going to rig this election, do you think we would rely on the city of Philadelphia to pull this Ocean's 11 thing off? Do you think that that would be like Danny Ocean looking at the two dudes that drove the cars for like the most pivotal point for this? It's like, no, we would never. We would leave that to San Francisco somehow or another. Okay, they're shifty up there. But yeah, no, we have a president-elect. So I don't know. Do you feel happy about it, or do you still feel not easy? Because I feel better than I did last week. Not just because but I feel like there's going to be less unrest. Or am I wrong? What do you think?
No, I think it's only going to get crazier.
Yeah. Oh, Christ.
I mean, I think if 2020...
It's going to get wild. He's not going down without a fight.
Yeah, I think if 2020 has taught me anything, it's to be prepared for the worst and to just assume what I think I know is wrong.
Okay. I mean, look, it seems pretty civil so far. It seems like one guy's like, look, we all know how this thing ends. We all see the numbers, so I'm just going to continue on. And, Trump's just sort of like, no fucking way. I'm going down swinging. And, look, right now it doesn't seem that crazy. It doesn't seem like, oh, this is getting out of control. But I could see how it could be in a couple weeks. But I do feel better about the whole situation. I feel better about a lot of things.
Well, apparently they have a bombshell announcement that they're going to make on the 14th.
Who's they?
Trump, his team that's trying to dig up voter fraud. They have a big thing coming November 14th. That's what I've been seeing on the Twitter sphere.
Dude, his team is Rudy Giuliani, okay?
Yeah, they found something in the porn shop next door to the landscaping company. Something big's going down on the 14th. So be ready. Have your gun by then.
They can't get that right. They truly can't get that right. And they expect us. I mean, look, whatever. You keep counting. Count all day long. Count till the cows come home. I don't care. They're going to do hand counts in Georgia. I mean, 10 million. I don't know. Whatever. But I want to say this before. I thank you to those of you, because I had several people reach out to me. Some of them were like, hey, I liked the podcast last week. I like Angsty Steve. And it resonates well with me. And then some people were like, hey, man, keep your head up. Everything's going to be good. And then some great people sent me guns. Like, hey, this is a great gun. This gun, I think, would do a lot of damage in a very small sort of, like in a compact way. And so I appreciate that too. It felt good that, like, we do this, we talk into the microphone, I look at you idiots, and then you send it out there, and we email it to Emma, she puts it together, and then it's out there. And I kind of forget that, people in their cars or, at work or whatever, wherever they're listening and they take it in and they kind of feel bad for us. And so I thank to the people that reached out. I really did.
I think a lot of people feel really angsty right now. I think that's pretty on par. I think you should feel angsty right now.
I feel pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. For me, maybe I just read this week wrong, but I kind of feel like there's more. Like we now have to listen to the grown-ups have the floor. And so they are like, the people are listening to Joe Biden. They are taking him seriously as the president-elect. They're listening to like, oh, he's got a transition team. He's got a COVID response team. And so I feel good that he's not just sitting there going, no, I won. Like, no, I won. No, he's actually moving forward and conducting the business as if he has won, so that he's not getting mucked down in the back and forth, which is
He's
what
not
I think
stooping
partly,
to the level of fighting like some people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not taking the bait yet. And so I'm happy about that. And neither are people. I mean, look, the boards are down in Pasadena on the streets, like on the stores, like last week when I did this podcast, there were boards on the fucking,
They were boarded
on
up,
Monday,
yeah.
they were boarded up. So the boards are down. I see the boards go down. I'm good. I feel better about it. The Armenians
boards
are
are
still
up in
out.
Hollywood.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
That could be just
Shake
because
Shack
nobody's.
on Hollywood still boarded.
Is Shake
I
Shack
only know
open
that
on
because I was there
Hollywood?
yesterday. Yeah. I only know that because I was there yesterday, but they're still boarded up.
Wait, is it open and you can go inside, but you're just staring at boards while you're inside? Oh,
Yeah,
man.
there's just no glass to see through.
Yeah. But that might be Shake Shack's new look. We don't know. We haven't seen a marketing concept,
They truly are just Shack now.
Yeah.
Yep. The Shake Shack is taking their name
Literally.
seriously, and that's it. Yeah, very literally. And Burger King's pretty soon, they're going to put a fucking moat around theirs. And they're going to be like, you know what? We can't have the king unprotected, so we're going to build a moat. And you're going to have to fucking, you know what, Rogue? If you don't think it's funny, then just leave the room. Then just leave the room.
Damn
She
right.
wants to play. Hang on.
It's a stream of consciousness. I'm not writing all this shit out.
Hey, have you watched any of these press conferences though? The thing I find interesting right now is like Fox News has pulled away from 2 Trump press conferences in the last week.
Honestly, I'm surprised and like kind of enjoying what Fox is, the way they're handling this in a weird way.
I kind of feel like Fox News is doing the thing where did you ever watch wrestling growing up? Like the way it was like you'd have like two like they were a tag team, right? And then all of a sudden like one would turn on the other one, but you always knew they were going to get back together. So I'm like, the way I look at Fox now, it's like, yeah, I understand that like you are now trying to legitimize yourself as a news organization again and trying to pull more center, but I know when this thing ends that who you're rooting for, and I know when it's over, they're going to be flanked on the right now by a Trump news organization if he actually loses and moves out. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna need their help to get off the ground and not to crush them right away, not to crush like Trump News Network, and they're gonna need him to look a little bit more newsworthy and news because. If he's crazier to the right of them, then they'll look a little more like, all right, maybe they are more of a sound middle of the road. I mean, that's just my thought on process on it. But I like the fact that they're like, hey, we don't think what they're saying right now is factual and there's no evidence to back it up. And that's that. I'm happy about that.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Do I think it's like a sign of change and things to come? No. I don't, not at all. No.
But if you had asked me like 2 weeks ago how Fox News would react if Trump lost, I would assume that they would just like be the devil like they tend to be. And they're like, not.
Let me tell you something. If this was 248 to 279 or whatever, and it was one state, maybe Pennsylvania or Georgia, you would see a very different situation.
Yeah.
You would see if it was like Trump v. Gore, where it all came down to Florida or one state, it would be, but they can't, their arguments aren't valid on both sides because they want the counting to continue in some states and they need it to stop in others. So they're trying to figure out how to, frame their argument. Mm-hmm. That's the problem. But if it was one state and it came down to one battle and you was winner, that would be different. I think you would see a way different Fox News, a way, way different Fox News. You'd see them just fucking digging in, hardcore. But this is like too spread out right now. There's too many ways for Biden to actually win, even if some of the stuff they say might be whatever valid or whatever, who knows. But in any case, I just felt happier that I feel like the transition's occurring and also the streets aren't filled with unrest. I mean, I know you see some shit. People like showing up at, rallies and this and that. But those people are going to do that anyway. They're going to do it for the rest of their lives, I feel like. They're going to do it till he's gone, or he's just, that's it. But guess what? Don Jr. I'm not kidding. I'm Don Jr., bro. It's not that far-fetched to think he's, going to be like another huge voice. And he's just as fucking nuts as his dad.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. So,
Steve, we lost your video. Oh, there you go.
I know. I'm sorry. I took a call. I should try to. If I hit Do Not Disturb right now, will that disturb us? Let's find out.
No, it should just stop your
Am I still here?
notifications. Yeah, you're still here.
Oh, great. Look at that. Yeah, I'm still doing it from my phone because for some reason when, nothing works at this time of day because we're all sucking off the internet teeth. So it sucks. Check this thing out. I got a Whoop.
Is that a Fitbit?
Whoop.
A Woomba? Oh, I've heard of this. Is this to get
no,
Whoop?
Whoop.
It's not. It's called WHOOP. Whoop strap. It monitors your sleep. It monitors your activity. It's a watch sort,
like
but
a Fitbit.
It's sort of like a Fitbit, health device sort of situation. Mostly I'm doing it because I haven't been sleeping great, or I feel like more tired during the day, and I'm like, I feel like I'm getting good sleep, and I did do that sleep apnea test where they put something like this on my wrist for one night, but this has been monitored. I've had it since Monday. It's been a couple nights sleep, and I am snoring and waking. I'm having like 12 to 15 disruptions a night where I'm like, my heart rate goes up or down severely. So I think that's what's going on. So I'm going to try to see if this thing can fix or, try to get a good sleep pattern going. Who knows? I mean, look, I'm unemployed anyway. What the fuck do I have to do besides try to monitor my own sleep? What does anyone,
Like, what's a normal amount of disruptions? Because, I get up a couple times a night to, like, who doesn't? We're men past our 30s.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, I take that, I feel like I take my blood pressure medicine, so that makes it makes you have to pee. So I take it like, midday, whatever. So I still sometimes have to wake up in the night to pee. So that would count as disruption. But like, I'm talking about like from REM sleep to like instant up, like because of something like that, like a snore or, or being like, or stopping breathing or something like that. So I don't know. I'm going to play with it for a little bit, but it's been fun to kind of mess with the last couple of days. Plus, for some reason, I see all the golfers wearing it, and it makes me feel like I'm a better golfer, and I've shot better since I've had it.
That's the real reason.
What the fuck,
The real reason comes out.
Why can't I have dreams? Why can't I live?
I want to look like all my heroes.
Did play better yesterday. I shot an 82 at Brookside, course 1. By the way, we will be having a special guest later on. We'll be joined by one and only Cort McCown, talking Masters. It's Masters week. This is exciting for me. A tradition unlike any other, except for this year where it's in a different month than it normally is. And so yesterday, Cort and I played together. And I mean, look, it's an anomaly. He played poorly, and he won't want to talk about it. But I shot a 40.
I'll make sure to
41 on the front. I shot a 41 on the front. He shot a 42 on the front. Only time in my life I've ever beat him in 9 holes straight up. He then proceeded to shoot -2 on the back. I still shot a 41 on the back, +5. And he beat me again, which is great. We ended up winning as a team. But he had talked to me last week. He was like he's like, look, you're getting so frustrated with this game because you're trying to aim the ball and you're getting angry when it's not going. He goes, you know how to swing the club, set up properly, look at it, and just don't worry about what the result is. Just swing the fucking club. And if you make a bad shot, don't get angry, don't get upset. He goes, you know what I do? No matter what, if I hit a bad shot, if someone hits the next guy that hits a shot after me, I compliment his shot. It resets me. I go, oh, that works. Cut to yesterday, front 9, I'm playing great. And he throws a club. He's like, motherfucker! Fuck this fucking fuck. And yeah, I didn't say a word to him. I'm like, I'm not going to try to reverse psychology. He knows what he has to do. I'm not going to tell him. Plus, if I tell him I'm not fucking with what's happening with me right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm playing well. I got to stay on target myself. So, anyway, he'll be joining us in a little bit to talk our golf picks for the Masters. Yeah, what else is going on? Oh, I went to Ojai this weekend. You guys ever been to Ojai?
Nice. I was there a couple weeks ago when you had your football function at your place.
Oh, really? It's awesome.
Yeah.
I've never been. It's a nice little like hippie town in the mountains, kind of close to the, the mountains area. It's like on the way to Santa
County,
Barbara.
right?
Yeah, I think so. Sounds right. We went, the wife and I with a couple other friends and went down there, and the guys played golf and the ladies did some shit. And then we all met up for dinner and had a great dinner and stayed over for the night and drove home. And it was awesome. The Ojai Valley Inn is really nice. We played golf there. It's pretty fucking fun course. But yeah, it's just, it's all fancy white people trying to relax. That's all it is up there. Everyone's just so stressed out. Like, I need a break, Phil. All right, go up to Ojai, chill out. Is that how you felt? Like the vibe was? It's like just privileged white people trying to relax, right?
Yeah, it's known as the town with no like corporate stores. Everything.
It's all mom
like
and pop.
Mom
shit.
and pop.
Yeah. Yep.
That's cool.
Except for that Tesla supercharging station that I hit up. Yep. Because even the mom and pop stores, some of them do well, and they want to buy a nice car, and they got to charge it somewhere. So.
They're still hippies.
Yeah, it was nice. Fun time, lots of laughs, good amount of wine, which was awesome. And it was fun. I had a good time. Yeah, but it's just
kids?
No kids. The kids stayed home. We put them in the garage. We locked it up. They got a TV in here. They have a window.
We left a single bag of Doritos, and they were good.
We ordered 2 pizzas, so we figured 1 apiece. That's it. And a case of water, and they were good to go. There was a little shit and piss on the ground when we came back, but that's like, the dog. That's like what happened. You know what, Rogue? I didn't bring up a sore subject, okay, Rogue? I mean, like, it's like my subconscious. Subconscious, she is just constantly, you're not good enough. It's not funny enough. It's not right. What you're saying is stupid. Just constantly reminding me.
I know.
She's the only one actually listening to the podcast, so she deserves to give her feedback.
No, she's listening to one side of the podcast. Only your dumb
The correct side. The correct side.
Speaking of correct, we were not correct at all picking football games this weekend. Again.
But Lucas and I were right about the Bills.
You were right about the Bills, and I was even more right with my gut pick of the week, the Vegas Raiders over the Chargers, which I called.
Did you watch that game?
A part of it, yes. I watched the.
Did you see the end
when it got?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw.
It was a good
end,
game.
Yes.
Very good game.
It was a good game.
Could have gone the other way.
It was. Yep, very easily. If that kid just holds on, honestly, I thought it was a touchdown till like that third or fourth replay angle where you saw the ball actually come out, because he did a good job of selling it that he had it the whole way. And I think Herbert is rookie of the year offensively so far. I mean, it's between him and Burrows, and I think he is. I mean, their team is probably a little bit better, but he's keeping them in the game and getting them a chance to win, and he's not really making too many mistakes. He's not costing them games. I don't think I've seen him costing them a game. It was nice to see Tyrod Taylor come into the game for a little bit too. That one play he had to.
Why is he coming in though?
Because Herbert got hurt. He had to come out for a play.
You have to come out.
I know. I get that, but like if he has any sort of case against the Chargers and they show him playing in a football game,
he already said he's not going to press charges.
What is he
came out
tell him right
said
then?
That already. Yeah.
That's the ultimate fuck you move, by the way. It's like, oh, all right, Tyrod, you're in. It's like, no, I'm not gonna. You know what? It's acting up a little bit. Little something right here.
It's
short of breath.
It's one of those situations where 30 years from now, if like something just happens, then he'll sue, but he's not going to do anything in the immediate.
I know. I feel really bad for Chargers fans. They're 5 plays away from being undefeated. That poor team.
Yeah. By the way, so are the Giants.
Come on.
They kind of are. I'm with Steve on this. They are better.
They should have beat Dallas. They should have beat Tampa Bay, and they should have beat the Eagles. And they should. But by the way, what we lead the league in? snapping quarterbacks' ankles. You got a quarterback that you're not sure if you want him to play, we'll fucking snap that ankle into pieces, dude. We snapped Dak Prescott's ankle, and he's laying up in a bed right now. And we snapped fucking Kyle Allen's little ankle yesterday. Dude, I saw that thing. I go, another one. I saw it go the other way. I go, another one. Another fucking ankle snapped in half. Oh, it was terrible. And then Alex Smith had to come into the game basically on the same yard line as his ankle got snapped a couple years ago. How crazy is that? And he looked good. He almost beat us. Them, the Giants, not us. I'm not claiming that.
No, it's you.
Look, the Bills. The Bills showed up. I have to say.
You know why they showed up? You know why they showed up?
Because Kyle Allen played well. That's why they showed up.
He
showed up. Josh Allen played well.
It's because the Bills figured out their identity. They are a passing team. Josh Allen needs to be aggressive. He needs to throw the ball, and they don't need to run. And they ran the ball maybe 6 times, I think, between.
Yeah, their first 24 plays, 22 were pass.
Yeah, so that's what they need to do on offense to win. Is Josh Allen just needs to throw. They don't need to run. Stop playing the old school. Let's ram it down their throats. Just play to your strengths. Throw the ball. You're going to kick ass every week.
As someone who owns Zach Moss, I would say that, running the ball once in a while to prove you can do it is not the worst thing in the world.
They'll run Zach Moss inside the 5. You'll get the touchdown. He'll have 3 carries, 2 touchdowns.
That's really what I'm looking for.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. That's all I care about.
They should avoid running. They need to be a pass-heavy team.
And they should also try to play defense once in a while as well.
They're getting healthier on defense. It will improve at least a little bit.
They knocked Russell Wilson down 16 times. That was the most any quarterback's been knocked down all season.
Yeah.
Yep. They made him hurry a lot too. He looked uncomfortable. He didn't look like normal Russell Wilson. But yeah, I was impressed by the fact that they hung in there and they didn't implode at the end, especially against a really good team. And I didn't think they were going to win, but they did. I mean, look, it's at home, no fans, but you should win that game.
Yeah. Seattle
had to fly there. It's a long flight. But, yeah, I mean, I'm happy for you guys. You know what? I thought, honestly, I'm not kidding you. I thought you guys could have done what Tampa Bay did. And that, honestly, is what I thought might have happened. I thought you guys could have put up a real big shit stink. It could have been a 38-3 game where you lost to Seattle at home, and that would have been maybe the turning point of your season. I think winning really showed a lot of gut, and so I'm happy for you guys. Tampa Bay, Tom Brady. It's at the point where he's not going to win you the game, but he now could lose you the game.
What have I been saying since preseason? He sucks. And you know what? The Antonio Brown thing, that was like a blessing because I made all these side bets to all these guys saying Tom Brady's still the greatest. They're going to win the Super Bowl. They're going to be Super Bowl contenders. And he brings in Antonio Brown, and he was like trying to force him the ball. The guy's not open. He's trying to force him the ball. He can't hit him because he's not accurate anymore. And I don't know if you heard in the post-game press conferences, both Godwin and Mike Evans had comments, and they're not happy. We're 1 week into Antonio Brown, and now your 2 best receivers are not happy. So now there's going to be
too many things, dude. They keep trying to add so many things, trying to make it all work, and there's too many.
So much fun to watch.
It's too many things. The problem is that he's got Eli Manning arm, where it's now at the point where he can lose you a game. Now,
Yes.
This is not to say, and I've told people this is not to say that I don't think that I think they'll make the playoffs. I do. And they're going to go in as a wild card. I don't think they win the division. But they're going to have to play on the road, and they're going to probably have to play 4 games to win a Super Bowl. But I do think that Tom Brady is still good enough to not win them 4 games, but to not lose them 4 games. Does that make sense? To Trent Dilfer them.
It's going to be on the defense.
Super Bowl.
It's going to be heavily on the defense if the Buccaneers succeed. It's no longer Tom Brady. It's completely on the other side.
Yes. I think that he can get them there and maybe not fuck it up, but he definitely doesn't have I mean, he doesn't have the arm strength anymore to make something special happen when it needs to. I don't think. Look, if you did, you would have done it.
The guy's overthrowing the quick slants. I told Lucas, we were talking during the game, he's made I've seen 3 good passes out of him the entire season, and I've watched every game, every minute of every game. He's just not that good anymore.
It was gross.
Cort's here.
Cort's here?
Yeah, I'm letting
Speaking of gross veterans.
Look at this professional.
Is he here? Or is he here? There he is. Speaking of gross veterans, it's our good friend Cort McCown. Now you think, hey, did Cort fight in a war? You're goddamn right he did. He fought in the war on drugs. And let me tell you, he fought hard. He was not on the American side. He was on the drug side. And he was a loyal soldier for a very long time. Am I right, Cort?
Yes, I was. I marched. I used all that Peruvian marching powder, and I fucking walked right in line with all of them, buddy.
Dude, and now you're you're a grizzled vet of the war on drugs. Yeah. And we're happy that you're still here to talk about it. That's all. Nice. Happy Veterans Day, buddy. Yeah, I was telling them about how I bitched on the podcast last week about how I was down about a lot of shit, just feeling a little depressed, a lot of stuff. But I'd mentioned the golf game. And then today I said, how you kind of had a talk with me about anger and how to kind of let it go and just move on past issues and that it's not about, what the shot you just hit, just kind of move on and get a different mental state. And then I kind of went into our game yesterday and talked about how it worked for me. It really did. And it seemed you kind of lost sight of your own message. I mentioned that a little bit.
No. There's nothing wrong with getting angry at when you hit a bad shot. There's nothing wrong with that. I told you the best medicine for that is after you hit a really bad shot, you let your anger out. The next thing you do is make a very heartfelt comment about one of your players and say, like, really nice shot or really good putt, and you move on. And if you noticed, you played really well, probably better than you've ever played on the front yesterday. And you got smoked on the fucking back. But,
you didn't, look, you had a frustrating front. I'll say this. I think I saw you hit about 8 or 9 poor shots or what you consider poor. Never once did I receive one of these compliments. I'm just saying, these ones that we're dishing out, they seem to be going to other people, not to me.
Not true. I often complimented you when you hit a good shot.
Good shot, yeah. When I hit a good shot. I know you're not going to give it all the way to me.
I know.
No. Listen. You played. You haven't. If anybody's ever played golf with Steve, it's it's.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Whenever he's playing well, he's a joy to be around. It's a joy, an absolute wonderful time. When he's playing
where's the butt?
Bad,
I hear it.
When he's playing bad,
okay.
I'd rather be in Yosemite outside of my car with a mother protecting her grizzlies. It's just it's awful. It's just
Cort, how
it's
often
the same
do you play well?
Same on the podcast. It's the same way.
Yeah, I can't. I just.
Are you guys? I think this is some sort of way of saying I have mood managing issues.
That's why you're wearing your whoop. It's to track your anger. You're taking blood pressure medication. You got your whoop on.
You're taking blood pressure medication?
I've been on that for a year now, yeah.
Oh, it's not working. It's not working.
It does work. It works. You don't even know it works. It works so well. It works great, dude. I've never been more calm in my life. Yeah. I've never been more relaxed. I mean, look, that's what I'm saying. I can't get any more focused on one thing. That's why I was getting so frustrated with golf. It's like I've never had more time to put into something than I do right now into that. And what I was getting back from it was nothing. And it was a frustrating feeling. And now it's sort of, I turned the page on that. I feel better about it.
You also quit taking lessons. So it's like, you're your own teacher. That's bad teacher.
You know what, Rogue? I'm sorry, Cort. That's Brenton's dog, who honestly really bothers me.
Her timing, though. Her timing
Her
is
timing's
perfect.
great.
Whenever something negative comes at me, she's always right there to pile on, right at the end. I fucking hate it. Well, I can't. Look, we're going to play again tomorrow, and hopefully I can carry it over to whatever we're doing now. And, we'll see. We won money. That's the good news, right?
Yeah.
We won money.
Speaking of winning, we got a grudge match tomorrow. We play this one old guy.
Don't tell them their ages. Don't tell how old these guys are that we play for money.
Cort, how old are they?
Well, Danny's 74.
Jesus, Steve.
But wait a second. Wait a second.
Good dude.
But let me tell you this.
Okay.
I've played with Danny. I played with this guy for years. And first of all, he'll shoot his fucking age.
Yeah.
So he'll shoot 74. So the guy is like inside of 100 yards. There's not many pros I would put up against this guy.
No, dude. He's money.
He's insane. Fucking money. Now, the other guy, Freer, who's about 6'2", about 220, and can still smack the ball. And they play tees in front of us. So we're playing a much longer golf course. So, like, we'll be on a par 3 that's 180, and they'll be on a par 3 that's 135. So it's a very different, a very different thing. But you still have to hit the ball. But these guys,
but they also voted for Truman, so there's that. So, we are playing from different tees, but they do remember Roosevelt.
They actually seeded the course you're playing on.
Yeah,
they don't wear their powder wigs as much as they used to. But
no. But I mean, they're old men, and we should. Yeah, but I mean, it's fucking crazy. And then we also give them. Well, Steve doesn't, but I give them like 10 strokes. So it's not you're
like,
good.
It's not like, it's not like we're playing heads up for, but
I like taking old men's money. I like it.
I do. I like taking that fucking AARP fucking.
I like the nervous look in their eye. They're like, oh shit, I'm on a fixed income. Can I afford this? And I'm like, I don't give a fuck, old man.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
You know what?
I support it. Give me that money.
I support
it. You can't
afford
afford your heart medicine. That's okay.
Yeah.
You can't afford your heart medicine.
That's not my issue.
Yeah. You can borrow some of mine, right?
They're taking all the Social Security. You got to take it back.
That's right.
Yeah, it's not going to be there for us. I want it now. I want my money now. Speaking of good players, by the way, can someone pull up, and I'm just going to mention it, Lucas or Brenton, John Rahm's hole-in-one from yesterday. It's one of my favorite weeks of the year. It's Masters week, and it's a tradition unlike any other, except this year it's in November. I think it's been in the fall or not in the spring, like one or two other times before, but it's happening this week. The best players in the world are in Augusta, Georgia, and that means we have our best golf friend on the podcast, Cort McCown, to talk picks, who they think's going to win, what the differences are going to be, and so on and so forth. Let's start there. What do you think the main difference is going to be from the April to November Masters?
Well, one is, we talked about this a little bit yesterday, is it's raining, and it's going to rain all week long. And so there's going to be the temperature is going to be about the same. So it's going to be mid-70s, going to probably get into the 80s. Augusta National normally closes like a week after the Masters. So it closes the end of April or middle April and doesn't reopen until October. It's one of those golf courses that closes during the summer because it's so hot in that area. But they're basically, but it's going to be different. I think you're not going to see as much roll as you normally see. April tends to be, the ground tends to be a little harder from the winter. And I don't think you're going to see as much roll as you normally do. I did a lot of overseeding, there.
Yeah. That's getting the rough more thick and kind of getting the grass more sturdy. Is that what that means?
Well, no, what they're doing is there's a different, it's a little bit different the way the grass grows, obviously, in the fall versus the spring. they're coming off of a, hot winter. So they kind of did this thing where they kind of, if you saw, they did an aerial shot of Augusta National about 7-8 weeks ago, and the whole course was brown, and then they went in and they just overseed it. So they go in and they heavily seed, they do punching, and then they heavily overseed the course so that it grows very lush. And
so
then,
if you played a practice round, say like a month and a half ago, you're seeing probably how much of a difference from then to now?
I mean, you might see 5 to 10 yards a roll, maybe even more.
Less.
Yeah. I mean, but now it's getting, come on, it's Augusta National. This place is freaking pristine, man.
Yeah.
So
There's going to be not a piece of grass out of place.
There's not going to be a piece of grass out of place. Now, what they did do, which they've not ever done in the past, is if you notice in a lot of majors like the U.S. Open and the PGA and different those, particularly the U.S. Open, they grow the rough. The rough becomes really thick, and it's almost impossible to get out of the rough. You saw it at Harding Park up in San Francisco this year, and you see it in places. But the Masters, because they have so many patrons, and the way they're lined up along the holes and everything, a lot of the rough gets trampled down. So a lot of the grass that's, there's a lot of pine straw around it. So, but you'll see a lot of places where it's off the, if a guy hits a very errant shot, a lot of times, because there's so many patrons, all that is trampled down.
They're standing there. So that if they move out of the way, even if the ball comes down to rest, it's down in some sort of like almost a flatter lie than get buried into a lush piece of like rough or something like that.
So this year they've grown the rough up to like 1 3/8. So it's definitely a thicker rough. It's not like a US Open rough where you can't get your club through it. But as you know, at Augusta National, the greens are like granite, so you're not going to, if you get a flyer or you get, a lot of these are going to be what they call flyer lies. Whereas, maybe you have 130 yards to the hole, but, you catch this thing a weird way through this flyer and it'll go 150 yards.
Yeah.
And so that's going to be something real, because if you notice a lot, at Augusta, if you miss to the right on almost every hole at Augusta, that's like the safe miss is to the right.
Yeah.
And if you miss to the right, usually you're in trampled down rough, and you still got a shot at the green. It's particularly on holes like 11 and 14 and 17. Those are holes.
In the left is Ray's Creek then, right? If you go to the left.
Yeah, but to the right, like if you're, a very famous shot of Phil's is, from the pine straw on 13 where he got it up. But, you're not going to see a lot of love to the right, because it's going to be flyer lies and a lot of rough, and you're going to have guys that are like fucked, Do
you think that no fans being there and it's going to affect people's sight lines and this and that, as far as like what the stands are normally, or like the way guys normally aim for
these guys, it's like, look, I remember caddying on tour, and it's like nowhere in our book did it ever say the grandstand or sight line. That just those don't exist.
You're like, look, like if you're aiming at a green, you're like, look at that chick in the pink shirt with the big tits, right? She looks good. She's hot, right? You like aim right at her, and then maybe with a little draw, a little fade at the hole, something like that.
I kind of don't think they would do the focus like that. I don't think they would kind of take it away from golf and put it on big tits and a pink shirt.
But she's got big natural tits. They're not fake. We're in Scottsdale. You usually see big fake tits, but these are naturals. She's a voluptuous, Zoftic woman. I've noticed her, but it happens to be 5 yards to the left of the flag where I'd like you to aim as well. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to pull focus. I'm just trying to give you a real good direct point of view.
I think we're starting to see where the issues are. I think we're starting to see where the problem
distracted.
Yeah, I think we're starting to understand why why you have some why you're on.
I think caddying's the best in the world, because you must just look down the crowd all the time, right? Because they can.
Every now
you
and
have
then.
to.
But what they do, for example, like, you know, these guys a lot, and everybody that's there, everybody. I mean, I don't think there's any other than the couple of amateurs, you know, everybody that's been there's been there over, you know, over and over. It's not their first time. You know, there's a lot of veteran caddies and veteran players, and, you know, they all, and the one thing that's different about all the other majors is this is played on the same golf course every single year. And so, you know, yardage books and all these things carry over year to year to year. So they'll have notes in there from, oh, that felt good.
Oh,
bless you.
right.
Corona.
Bless
Um,
Good God. Are you in
Shut
a chamber? What kind of chamber is that?
Fuck off. But so they'll have,
open the door.
it is open. They'll have notes from year to year to year. And so they'll know exactly, they know exactly how far they want to carry, where they want to go. The pin positions are not, they don't vary that much year to year. So they're all kind of very similar. And so what they're actually going off a blueprint of years. And you've got guys who've won the Masters, and you've got guys who have, you know, contended for years there, and they'll know their mistakes that they made in the past. You know, they can go through there and they know where they made a mistake, and, you know, where they, you know, like, for example, you know, the 12th hole, you know, Amen Corner, these guys know exactly where they need to hit the ball, exactly how far they want to carry it, what they're doing, and, you know, how much spin, you know, if you want to hit a high 8-iron with a lot of spin, to hold it, or if you want to, you know, you want to cut a 7 in there, you know, they know exactly, this is what they do for a living.
Yeah. I was listening to Matthew Wolf's press conference, and he was talking about playing, I think, a practice round with like Freddie Couples and Tiger or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like, what did you learn from them? He's like, one of the things is like where they were putting down balls to practice on the greens. They never put them down in the hard spots because they knew they were never going to miss in those spots. They were never going to hit their approach to those spots. So they only put them down in the spots where they knew they could miss and would have to make longer putts from there. So he's like, knowing where to miss and where not to miss on this course is probably the biggest advantage anyone can have, obviously, except for length, you know.
Well, the other thing you're going to be contending with this year is they're going from split tees. So normally, because they play in April, it's, you know, it doesn't get dark until 8:00 at night. They lose 3 hours of playing time now. So, you know, normally they would tee off at 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m., and it would go, you know, 1 tee. They would tee off 1, and they would, you know, there's tee times that go as late as 2 in the afternoon, you know, but this is going to be split tees. The last tee time will probably be somewhere around 11 o'clock.
And they're playing threesomes too, right? Do they normally play threes? I know they're playing threesomes now. I don't know if they normally do.
They usually play, I think they play threesomes the first 2 days.
Okay.
And then it's groups of 2 on Saturday and Sunday. They're going to make the cut at 50. They normally do it. It's anybody within 10 shots of the lead. But this year they're cutting it at 50. So, I mean, we can take a look and see, like, they'll list the tee times and, you know, take a look at the tee times. But I have a feeling that, you know, it'll be very, very interesting to see what's gonna happen. But I don't know.
Do you think that because of the rain and stuff, that length is going to be the deciding factor as far as like
last tee time is 12:22.
12:20, yeah. So normally it's about 3 o'clock. Sometimes they get guys off.
Yeah, 2 o'clock. Usually around 2 o'clock because they plan on a 5-hour round. But But I mean, Bryson DeChambeau was on the range the other day, and he's getting 200 plus mile per hour ball speed. He's swinging like it's, you know, it's just insane.
He played with someone, I think fucking, what's the guy the old guy that's playing this week? Sandy Lyle a couple weeks ago.
Sandy Lyle.
And Sandy Lyle wrote down what he had in on certain, like, all the par fives, he had nothing more than an 8-iron. Nothing more than an 8-iron into the par fives. And on most of the par fours, he had nothing more than a sand to pitching wedge.
Let's see what happens, because he still has to putt. And I don't know. I like the guy. I don't, it's not a thing that I don't like the guy. I think he's putting a ton of pressure on himself to win this golf tournament. He's putting a ton of pressure on himself. And, you still have to hit the shots. You still have to hit it. The good thing is, he was an amateur in 2016 and he contended, so I mean, he knows the golf course.
He can play there. Yeah, he can play there. And nobody, I think, him and Rom are guys that are no amen corner. They shoot well in that stretch. So it's not as intimidating to those guys. But, I just wonder, I'm like, look, he does put a lot of pressure on himself, and he has to, I think, because look, how long can he keep this swing up for, right? You mean, he literally, think about that, Cort. I mean, he's a back injury away from never being able to do that again. And so I give him credit. Go for it while you can go for it. But I'm not even talking about like a career. I'm talking about in a 3 or 4 years, he won't be able to keep this up. I don't think.
Well, if you look at, like, they compared his swing yesterday on the range to John Daly, and it's like John Daly never swung like that. John Daly had a really long swing, but John Daly never swung like that. And also, John Daly was a big fat bastard, and Bryson's kind of a chunk right now. He's a little thick, he's not. We always laugh at, like, they talk about how golf is such a, everybody's in shape and, whatever. It's like, one of my good friends, Tim Herron, they called lumpy, Yeah. He lost some weight and lost his swing. It's like, there's something about turning that fat, torso that gives him extra power. And I just don't know. He's not one of my picks. He's definitely not one of my picks this year. But
well, then let's do that. If you had to pick one person right now to win, you had to pick one guy, who would it be?
Well, right now I'm in between DJ and Rory McIlroy. Okay. Those are my. So I did a little DraftKings, and and I don't want to give out my DraftKings because I don't want some motherfucker taking my
No, you don't have to, but we're going to do one on the podcast here because Brenton got a free invite because he's a fucking big dick over there at DraftKings. So
didn't he win fantasy football?
He won $1 million, like I don't know. He said he did like a year ago. I don't remember. Anyway,
he was at your house.
Doesn't matter.
There's a woman just walked behind you that kidnapped your dog.
Yeah.
Good.
A woman just kidnapped your dog.
He's got a free entry, so we'll put a thing together here.
There's some guys that nobody talks about that I think you gotta look out for.
Give me a guy that nobody's talking about that you are interested in. Go ahead.
Xander Schauffele. I think the guy, Xander, I think, is one of these guys that is always in it. He's always in it. And, he's one of those guys. And, I mean, there's so many guys. Like, you got to remember, too, it's like this is going to be a trek. So it's you're talking about weather. So I have, I won't say who, but I have one of my DraftKings is all European players.
All right. Oh, you went all European. Okay.
I went all European because it's like, I don't know. I think we'll have to see, but I think it's going to be interesting. I think there's some guys out there that, if you remember.
So you think a European's going to win? Would you bet a European or an American?
It's going to be either European or American.
Oh, thanks. Sorry, Mark Leishman, Adam Scott. You guys are out. Jason Day.
There's nobody named M. Sung King or whatever that's going to win this thing.
Here's a good one for you. Who out of the 3 rookies this year, Morikawa, Hovland, and Wolf, I'll just give those 3, even though Scheffler was a rookie too. Or if you want to throw Scheffler in there too. Who do you think has the best weekend out of those four guys? Scheffler, Hovland, Morikawa, or Wolf? And why? I mean, I have a gut feeling as to my reasons why.
I think Wolf has probably the best chance. I think
Wolf is trending up.
I think he hits the ball. He has a swing that has a commitment to it. You know, he makes his little dip move, and then once he's done that, he really commits to a swing. And I think that's something that, you know, when you look at the guys that are the greatest players in the world, you know, over a period of time, guys like Tiger and, you know, and all these guys, they always committed to the shot. And that's what I even tell you. It's like, quit worrying about where the ball goes. You know, once you've made up your mind and you've picked your club and you've done this, swing. You know,
you also told me to stop acting like such a pussy too, but that's, you know, it helps. All these things help. All right, let's put a DraftKings thing together here, Brenton. You ready to do this? You have it up, the possibility of it of seeing it, or no, or we can't do that?
Not from. I can hold my phone up after. I can take a screenshot and send it to you
all
guys.
Right.
Now,
pick
Cort,
someone in the.
Can I just?
DraftKings.
But let me just say this before we pick this team.
Okay.
I don't know anything about golf. You're the expert. But I do know how to play fantasy sports and to win. I won $8,200 playing football last week, Steve. And my advice while you pick this particular lineup is think about the players that you think will succeed, but nobody is going to be on. Like, I know everybody's going to pick up Justin Thomas, so what's the point?
If
everybody's going to be on.
Brenton,
Dustin Johnson's the guy that's going to be picked by everybody. So I don't think we should have Dustin.
I'll tell you this.
Tell me about the sport that I know, Brenton. I swear.
I'm not telling. I prefaced it by saying I don't know anything about golf. I'm telling Cort, the golf expert, that the way to win money in fantasy is to pick the guys that will succeed, that the least amount of people are going to be on. Because if he picks the guy that 80% of the people have, and that guy fails,
well, let's do this. I gotta
if you're in that 20%, you got a way better chance. That's all I'm saying.
You know who normally does well, but he's not in it this year? Charlie Hoffman. I usually pick him. He always comes out hot.
So let's go to your first pick, okay? Because you're going to want to get, you know, it's like, so you've got.
Do you start high end guys or do you start low end guys?
I start high end guys. You got to pick. Okay. You got to kind of take somebody that you think's going to win. So, so Brent, I get what you're saying, but you're going to have to pick somebody somebody's going to pick. What's going to happen in golf usually in this is you always get the guy, you know, there's going to be 4 or 5 guys that share the winner, you know, and there's going to be 4 or 5 guys that share number 2. It's 3, 4, and 5 that are the fucking tricky.
Yeah, but if Hatan Lee finishes 4th and you picked him and no one else did, chances are you're going to end up.
That's what I'm saying. So I mean, if you've got, I don't usually go like DeChambeau is 11,200. You know, he's probably a pretty safe pick for if you're going to go really insignificant down the line. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to go kind of wild picks down the line, it's not a bad idea to take someone like DeChambeau because he's going to be in it. He's definitely going to be in it. So if you took DeChambeau,
10-5,
So I'll go along with you on this. I got this open. So let's say we take DeChambeau. Okay.
Okay.
So you take DeChambeau. Now, average remaining player is 7,700.
Do you go there now? Do you go to look at the 7,700 guys or no?
No, I would go down lower. I would go down to someone in the like 6,700 number. And I would pick up somebody like Francesco Molinari.
That's who, yes. I was going to say, he finished 2nd last year.
So
he's been playing in Europe, and nobody knows because he can't get over here to play because of COVID. So we don't know how well he's playing, but I'm sure he's playing well.
Yeah, so the other side of that is, if you remember Jordan Spieth blew up, dunked 2 balls in the water at 12 and lost the Masters. The next year he came back and he won. So it's like Francesco Molinari is a good pickup. That's 6,700. Pick up Molinari.
Okay.
Another one. Let's stay down into the lower guys and let's talk about someone that's got some distance, that can play golf, that's probably not a bad pickup and at a really good price is Cabrera Bello. Spanish guy, has been playing practice rounds with fucking what's his name? The other Spaniard. God damn it, I can't think. He's a
John
good
Rahm.
pickup. No, the old
Sergio
dude.
Garcia.
No.
Jose Maria Olazabal.
Yeah, Olazabal's been kind of coaching him around. So Cabrera Bello is a good pickup. That's only 6,600.
We're back up to 8,500.
We're back up to 8,500.
Yeah.
So let's go down and you're in the spirit of the way you want to pick. Let's find somebody that maybe nobody's talking about, that maybe nobody's going to pick up, and that maybe, we don't know. And I think we need to stay away from some of the older guys, like, for example, like Sandy Lyle. Why he's still playing, I don't understand. He should just quit. Give up.
Can I throw a name out there? Adam Hadwin.
He didn't like that name, Steve.
I don't like that name. I don't like
500, dude. I like the way he plays.
Okay, then put him in your lineup, Steve.
Yeah.
You know what? This is why I don't put myself out there.
A good pickup here might be Charles Howell. He's an Augusta native.
He always plays well. He's a money machine.
He's a pretty good pickup. He's 6,400.
That puts us back up to 9,500.
All right. So now we've got 2 players to fill at 9,500. Now we can really go up in here, and now let's talk about some of these guys, because
Terrell Hatton.
I think Terrell Hatton is not a bad pick.
Always plays well at the Masters.
I think for 8,500 you can pick up Matt Wolff. For 8,500 you can pick up someone that not a lot of people are going to take Wolff in probably what is his first Masters as a pro.
Not since his first Masters. Not since Fuzzy Zeller in '79 as a first-time Masters participant won. So
and
doesn't happen often.
That opens up so much salary too, because now the last pick, it can either be Rahm, McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Schauffele, Koepka.
Look,
Cantlay.
My pick to win it all is Jon Rahm.
So
I think Jon Rahm's going to win it all, or Dustin Johnson. So I mean, if you got enough money to get either one of those guys, I'm good with either one of them.
I think Jon Rahm is a good pick. So now you're looking at, I just might submit this fucking lineup. God damn it.
Well, we're going to split whatever this ticket wins. We're going to split it.
All right.
But I
think this is a very solid pick. You have 2 guys that are more than likely, and looking at this, the only one we might want to relook at is let's take out Cabrera Bello for a second, and let's go back in and let's see what we might be able to.
What does that open us up salary wise?
6,700.
6,700. Kevin Na, not a lot of length. Ben On, not a bad pick. As much as I hate picking an Asian player.
Hadwin. Hadwin.
But I just don't like Hadwin. Although 19 out of 21 cuts.
But
yeah,
maybe that's why we take him, is because you don't like him. And you're an expert, dude. And if experts think the same way you do, no one's going to be on Hadwin. We just need to make the cut at 6,500.
Yeah. Okay, so we take Hadwin, and then let's go back, and let's maybe take a look at what do we do about Charles Howell, because now we can go 6,600.
Yeah, we can go up.
And
how much? Yeah.
So now you could put Cabrera Bello back in.
Yeah, you could put Cabrera Bello back in. He's 14 to 24 cuts. I kind of like him. I kind of like him better than I do Charles Howell. You know, I think Cabrera Bello, I think, has got a better shot. And the other thing too, what I like here too, is we've got a mix of American with European. So
yeah, I took a Canadian. Adam Hadwin's Canadian. I'm just saying for the record.
I don't even.
He's such a jackass.
No, I'm being serious.
He's the main host of this podcast. He hosts this podcast, and that's the comments he comes up with. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's your podcast. That's why you can say Canadian and expect people to respond. Yeah. I
like this lineup.
So are we locking in Bello, or do you want to look?
I like Cabrera Bello better than I do Charles Howell.
I like Lanto Griffin better than I do Cabrera Bello. He won 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think he shot his load.
All right, we could stick, dude. I got Adam Hadwin, and I'm happy with that because when he wins the whole fucking thing, trust me,
it'll be like a 5% ownership. Yeah.
Yeah. Throw in Cabrera Bello.
All right, I'm locking it in.
Lock him in.
And now, Cort, I want to ask, when you play on DraftKings for the golf, do you just play in like the millionaire tournament, or do you do cash games?
I don't do cash games. I just don't know the thing. But I will say, before you enter this one, okay, before we get into this one, let's say we took Matt Wolff out.
Okay.
What?
Just settle down.
I don't like this move at all.
If you took Matt Wolff out, and you went Jason Day.
Thought you said an Australian wasn't going to win. It was going to be a European or an American.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying
he's going to have a good weekend.
Jason Day has been, I mean,
dude, I know, but like he hits the ball long and he can putt well and stuff. But like, I'm always afraid he's just going to tweak that fucking pussy back of his, and he can't walk or he gets a vertigo. There's always an issue with this fucking guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he seems healthy now, but like, would you be surprised on Saturday if he had to pull out because he had a fucking vertigo or his back bothered him?
All right, let's have a little fun with this for a second. Let's say we add Louis Oosthuizen.
I like that. That's length.
Let's say we add Louis Oosthuizen. We give ourselves $600 to play with, and then we take out Cabrera Bello.
Sorry, Rafa.
That leaves us 7,200.
That leaves us 7,200.
That's a different pace.
Yeah,
we're all the way up to Lee Westwood, Billy Horschel, Cameron Champ, who hits it a fucking mile. Danny Willett, who won it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go Danny Willett, but there are guys on there. Like, if there were 3 guys I would take off that list right there, it would be Jason Kokrak, who hits it a freaking country mile. Cameron Champ, and then Mr. All Day, Every Day, Matt Kuchar.
Yeah, he's very consistent.
And then the wild card, Brendan, we haven't talked about is like the one nobody's going to pick is Billy Horschel.
Why Billy Horschel? Why are you high on him?
I'm not real high on him, but Billy Horschel's a fucking great golfer.
Oh, I get that, but I don't see
20
or anything like that.
He hits the ball plenty. He's 20 at 25. He's got an incredible short game. I mean, the other guy that just never fucking misses is Kuchar.
I know he's so fucking consistent. Out of that group,
because Cabrera Bale is a wild card in a sense that Cabrera Bale could play really well or he could miss the cut by 10. And he hasn't been playing a lot.
Yeah, he had a tragedy.
Yeah, but Kuchar has been playing every week.
16-21. Horschel's 20-25 though.
Yeah, Horschel's 20, and he's got 6 top 10s.
It's not a bad call. You don't have to be the longest. Molinari's not the longest. No. Zach Johnson's a 2-time winner. He's not the fucking longest. You don't have to be the longest. The longest helps, but you don't have to be. I mean, yeah, I'll go Billy Horschel. I'll do that. Let's do that. I like that. Florida Gator.
If you go Billy Horschel, now you're talking. I will say the reason I love Oosthuizen is he is such a long hitter, and he's such a great iron player.
He is. He bombs it,
and
he has good success there.
He's 17-19, and
his
he's
teeth are atrocious, though. Have you ever seen his teeth?
Oh yeah, well,
pull up Louis Oosthuizen's teeth if you get a chance. It's fucking
he's English,
disgusting.
You know, but also Oosthuizen
right on the nose.
Oosthuizen won at St. Andrews, so I mean Oosthuizen is like, you know, he can play in the weather, so the weather's not going to affect him at all. The only person it might affect is that fucking Canadian. But
what? Adam Hadwin?
What? Excuse me? What?
He plays in snow. Try to find your white golf ball in snow. He can do that. I like this with Billy Horschel in there. Lock it in.
You lock that in? I like that one. That's a good. That's a good one. I think that's. I think you've got. You literally have 4 guys there
that can win it.
5, maybe 5 that could actually win the tournament. You've got Rahm, Oosthuizen, Molinari. You got 4. DeChambeau. I don't think Hadwin or Horschel. Horschel maybe. I don't think Hadwin could win it.
But make the cut, maybe top 10. Why not? Right?
That's all we need.
That's all we need.
I think that's a really good. I think that's a really good lineup. I think you won't have. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I mean, the key is to get all 6 guys to make the cut.
Yeah.
You know, and that's and that's the hardest.
We win the million, and then I get $500,000. You guys split up the other 500 amongst yourselves, and we're good to go. That's guys. This is it's a winning success formula here.
How about you get $500,000 and you cover the taxes on the rest of it?
I have a question to you guys. Do you want to pick football games, a package of football games, or get it down to 3 games this week? It's up to you, Lucas. I don't know. I feel like we've been
fucking every week. I mean, I'm fine doing 4 and letting Cort do a guest pick. I also have John Rahm's hole-in-one here, which is pretty amazing.
Oh, pull that up. Can we please?
Yeah.
For the love of
you know
God,
that every year, just to give you a little heads up on that, every year, all they do is everybody does a thing where they see all the divot marks in front. Everybody steps up and they do a thing where they skip it across 16, par 3, and they do this every year.
Yeah, so instead of flying the water, they try to skip it over the water onto the green. Yeah.
Everybody does it. It's like it's a tradition there. So this is his birthday, by the way.
Yeah, yesterday's his birthday. And he got a hole-in-one the day before.
He's in our lineup, right?
Yeah.
You always want the guy on his birthday or around his birthday in your lineup.
Watch this shit. And then all of a sudden it just bangs left. Boom. Look at that. Unbelievable.
I had to watch it a couple times.
You could drop 15, 20 balls at the bottom of the green over there. And most professionals maybe would make 1. Come close on a couple.
So it's so great. You know, insane. The thing that's a bummer is they're not doing the par 3 tournament this year, which really
Is that a COVID thing or a weather thing?
It's well, the par 3 is mostly for the fans anyway.
Yeah.
It's for all and everybody brings their kids out and they put their kids in the little overalls and they do this whole thing. So it's kind of a bummer they're not doing that. It just doesn't feel the same, but it's going to be.
What's also a bummer is they put the hot girlfriends in those overall things too. Like sometimes these guys have their hot girlfriends caddy for them.
Yeah.
And then they have to wear this big fucking white jumpsuit. It's like, what's going on here? No, that sucks. Jesus. They should wear bathing suits.
But it'll be interesting because this tournament is going to be, this will be over. And then you've got December, January, February. You only got 4 months till the next Masters. If there's going to be one.
Oh my God.
Fake news.
All right. Let's pick 4 football games too, while we're at it. Let's make a little money on the side for Lucas Hurl. I've looked at the games. I don't know if you guys have. Do you have any games that stand out to you as far as shoe-ins? Or
it depends if we're taking the money line or if we're taking the spread. That changes things.
Oh, here we go. This guy always has to complicate shit.
I'm not complicating shit. I'm trying to give us the best.
I get it. Just go.
And then, doing this podcast on Wednesday kind of stinks for doing this because we don't know if Ben Roethlisberger is going to play. And if he doesn't play, Cincinnati covers.
Well, I'll tell you that's even in my heart, but I hate that I'm going to have to call it this way.
Don't say the Colts.
Colts and the Titans? And who do you think is going to win, Cort?
I think the Titans are going to win.
Oh, boy. And would you give them 2 points? I know it's so close.
They're playing in Tennessee. They're playing in Tennessee, although that doesn't have as much. I just think Phillip Rivers' arm should have retired like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a fucking wet.
Brenton said last week they would be 8-0 if they had a different quarterback.
Yep.
You guys should have traded for Matt Stafford. If you had 100%. Matt Stafford, you could win the Super Bowl.
100%. I think
or even like a Jameis Winston is a huge step up.
Anybody is this? The guy.
Kaepernick. Hey now.
Yeah. How about Cam Newton? Why don't you get Cam Newton?
Cam Newton would have been. We talked about that last week.
Cam Newton sucks.
He doesn't
Cam Newton
suck.
Cam Newton got COVID.
He got
still
COVID.
In his fucking braids. It's hanging out in his braids, and it's affecting his brain, dude. The guy sucks.
You have talent in Indy. You just got to get a quarterback. You got one of the better defenses. You got a lot of skilled players.
And I don't love that game.
You got Browns, Texans. That's a fucking shoe-in for Cleveland.
You say that, but Cleveland's going to be Cleveland.
Yeah.
As soon as you put money on them, as soon as you put money on Cleveland, they turn into Cleveland.
I mean, Packers, Jaguars, but 13.5 is a lot to cover.
There's 2 games I really feel confident about. So I say we all go around and pick the one.
Sure.
I kind of want to go last though, in case somebody else picks this game.
Okay.
There's 2 though that I'm like, I feel good taking the spread on.
Well, I'm going to stay out of my home. I'm going to stay out of my home, and I'll take the Steelers over the Bengals with this, and I'll give the 7.
You're going to give the 7. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Is not on my bookie just because.
Oh yeah,
we don't know if Ben Roethlisberger is going to play.
Oh really?
So Vance McDonald, their tight end, got
for COVID,
and there's 3 or 4 players that are currently on like the COVID IR list. They have to test negative every day, but that also means they're not going to practice the entire week. And last week, Matt Stafford had a great matchup, but he was on that same list. He didn't practice all week and then looked like shit against who they play, Minnesota.
Okay.
Minnesota had signed 2 weeks in a row. They've signed guys off the street to play in the secondary. So he should have lit them up, and he played like shit. So even if Ben plays, I think because he's not practicing, the Bengals could cover. But again, the game's not even listed right now because they don't know what's going on with Big Ben.
What do you think of this Colts-Titans game, Brennan?
I don't like it. It's basically a pick'em game. You know?
I mean, I would agree with Cort that the Titans are going to win the game. I think they're going to – we didn't see it last week, but I think this is the week that Derrick Henry goes off again, and they're just going to run the ball and control the clock. So they could win by a field goal, which would cover the spread. The only thing is we don't like taking Thursday night games because then we're wrong, and then the whole weekend is shot. So we have a parlay of, 8 or 9 teams, and then it's over in one night. But the game I really like.
Yeah, go ahead. I have one too, but go ahead.
I'm taking the Rams against the Seahawks.
And you're taking the Rams, and you're going to
I'm taking the Rams.
Okay.
I'm given a 1.5.
I don't mind that either. I look, the fucking goddamn Seahawks are good offensively, but like you don't know what's going to show up. I just hope the Rams can score.
Against that defense, they're going to score.
I hope so. I really hope so.
Jared Goff's not great, but that defense is one of the worst. I mean, it's one of the worst I've ever seen. I would rather have the Jets defense or the Vikings defense or the Falcons defense than Seattle's defense right now. I'd take Dallas's defense over them.
Would you start Darnell Henderson this week?
Henderson Jr.?
It depends on who you have besides him.
Okay.
I mean, it's a good matchup, but what if Cam Akers all of a sudden is the guy, because the coaches tend to like to run the rookie running backs out of the bye week, and then all of a sudden, because everyone thought it was going to be Cam Akers, and he hasn't done anything, and then you get through the bye week, and then, it's like what happened with J.K. Dobbins. He comes out of the bye week and goes crazy. So it could be a Cam Akers week, but it depends on who you have. If you don't have anyone else, then yeah, start him because it's a good matchup. And as of right now, he is getting most of the touches.
I don't know if you guys want to fuck with this game, but I think the Bills are going to beat the Cardinals.
Yes.
I think they're going to go on the road and they're going to beat the Cardinals. I think it's going to be another fucking shootout. I would take – well, I mean, look, you take the money line, but, I mean, if you want to get the 2.5 points, it's up to you guys. I don't know what's the better – I mean, I know it would be better to take the money line. I think, take the money line. That's my pick.
The other game I really like, I like the Broncos to cover the 5 points against the Raiders.
Oh, I was going to take the Raiders.
Oh, me too. I was going to take I looked at that as the Raiders.
You guys are all about the Raiders. No. The Broncos are getting a little swagger on offense. Drew Lock, he's had back-to-back. He's had back-to-back good games. Jerry Jeudy just broke out.
Damn it!
He dropped the ball though too. Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah. But he still had a touchdown and like 130 yards.
No, he's good. He's good, but he's not.
So you guys are 2-1, and that's how it works. If you want to take the Raiders, then we'll take the Raiders.
I want to hear.
It's a good cut for Lucas to isolate.
What's Lucas's other game? Because he hasn't told us the two that he liked yet.
So that was the one. That was one. The
Don't
other
you
one
fucking take the Bucks.
Is the Bucks. No, the other one is the Niners and Saints. I like the Saints. I like the 9 points.
You like the Saints covering the 9 points?
I do. Brent, what do you think of that? You're a Niners guy.
It's a safe pick, especially how good the Saints looked. I don't think how they played last week is sustainable to play every week. But we also haven't seen Michael Thomas really be unleashed yet. So maybe this is the week where he looks like Michael Thomas again.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you one you guys haven't looked at, and I don't think this is a bad one. Is Giants Eagles? Take the Giants.
Oh, we don't fuck with the NFC East. It's a garbage dump.
We've lost a lot of money on the NFC East.
Would you bet any amount of money on Boom Shakalaka fighting Monkey Bones? No, you know why? Because you don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. You don't want one of them's gonna go crazy and pick up a knife and stab the other one, which could easily happen in an NFC East game. All we do is snap quarterbacks' ankles. That's all we do in the NFC East. So we don't fuck with the NFC East, and we don't fuck with the Jets.
Now, Carson Wentz, with literally nobody else on offense, did put up like 400 yards against him last game. So I think you're going to see that again. It's just a matter of how much can Daniel Jones do against the Eagles. I think ultimately Philadelphia wins the game.
Dude, he's a moron, Danny Dimes. He's a moron.
Hey, he didn't have a pick last game.
Oh, or a turnover.
Yeah, he had a clean sheet. He had a clean sheet.
He had a couple fumbles.
They barely won.
He didn't lose
he did
them.
Fumble. He did get it on top of it, though.
Doesn't matter. Clean sheet.
I might not even watch that game. That's how bad it's going to be. Let's see.
The Eagles would cover. We just don't bet on the NFC East anymore.
Yeah.
But
I like the fucking Raiders. I like the Bills and whatever team. And if you wanted to fuck with the Indy Titans game, go for it. But what about Brenton? Which one are you going to land on?
Well, I already landed on the Rams, but
Okay,
I would
so
also take Bill Belichick at home covering 7.5 against the Ravens.
Oh, I didn't want to do that, dude.
On
What if
Sunday
this is
night.
the game that Lamar Jackson shows up on national TV and fucking
Honestly,
blows them out?
I don't know if he's going to show up. The guy has no confidence throwing the ball outside of the middle of the field and longer than 20 yards. So Belichick knows how to eliminate him.
Harris might not play.
The Ravens.
He's their best running back, Damian Harris.
The Ravens.
I don't like that game
right now. Collectively, is 24th.
Hold
in
on 1
fantasy
second.
Football.
Put that hose down. Hose should not be on. You live in a desert. I swear to God, why the fuck? Why is the hose on? I hear them trying to spray each other.
Steve, take your blood pressure medication. Calm down.
Yeah.
I like the Patriots, but then if you look at Monday Night Football, the Vikings are just going to beat the shit out of the Bears.
Oh, that could happen.
Nick Foles, the Bears are going to have to switch out Nick Foles again. It's going to be back to Trubisky at some point.
Yeah, fucking game. Take the Vikings. Give 3 points all day long.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's take 5 or 6. It means more money.
So we've got
I like that.
I've got 3 games locked in right now. I've got the Bills on the money line. I've got the Rams -1.5, and I got the Vikings -2.5.
And the Raiders, you moron! We told you to take the Raiders.
Okay, so I'm going to make this
easy. Don't not put it in because you don't want it to happen.
Look at the timestamp. And I will say this: you guys are outruling me 2-1, taking the Raiders. However,
here's your timestamp. Right here's your fucking timestamp.
The
Stamp that time right there.
Are not only going to cover, they're going to win outright. But we're taking the Raiders -5.
Brent, do you get invited? Do you get invited to like the DraftKings secret pool parties where they have?
What's bullshit is last year.
They sponsored the podcast.
Listen, they did for 2 weeks. Last year I won.
They dropped us.
Right, and this year they're doing a thing where if you win the $1 million, you get a ticket into like their live event in Tampa. They didn't do that last year, so I got to fucking win again.
What's at their live event? The Foo Fighters? What's happening there?
It's 200 people and they compete for $2.5 million top prize, and like second place is $1.25 million, and it's like much higher.
So I fly to Florida to compete with more people again. I don't know. All right, they give me cash.
They take you in. It's like a VIP experience.
That's cool. I like our picks this week. I think we're gonna. What do we win if we get this all together here?
Well,
Brett?
we only have.
Tally it up for us.
Are we doing 4 games or am I adding more?
Yeah, did Cort make a pick? Like Cort, dude.
He wants the Titans, and I would agree with.
So you want the Thursday? Okay. I think Tennessee does win.
All right.
I'm with you.
It's a close game though. Yeah. And then I like the.
I mean, I'm going to be pulling for Indy. I'm going to be pulling for Indy, but
No, you're not. You're going to be pulling for us to win money. Is what you're going to be pulling for.
Yeah.
You could cheer for whatever you want in your heart, but out loud, you're going to be. We need money.
So on those 5 games, we put $50 down to win $1,261.67.
That's exactly my rent.
Is that really your rent?
No, I mean, it's like $100 off.
Well, we'll lock that in. We've got Los Angeles, the Rams -1.5. We got the Bills on the money line, the Vikings -2.5, the Raiders -5, and the Titans -2.
I love it.
Cort, I'm telling you, not to go back, but I started playing the cash games and the 50-50s in football. It is so much easier to win. I mean, in the tournaments, you're throwing darts, but you build yourself like a good floor lineup, and I made 8,200 last week just doing the cash games.
Well, why don't you just sponsor me and I'll everything you pick, just let me know what I need to put in, and you can just pick them for me.
He does the picks. You just put the fucking thing together.
Yeah, I'll just give you the cash.
Well, I'm talking about for golf.
Yeah,
clean up in golf. There's way more people that are in tune with football than they are with golf.
But here's the problem with golf, though. The problem with golf is it's like shooting craps. It's like you never anything you think that there's no such thing as statistically, it just doesn't happen in golf. It just doesn't happen because you got a guy that, that could be fucking in first place for 3 days. And then Sunday comes around and he just shits the bed and goes from first place to 49th place. And it just happens like that. And it happens all the time. And it's like you get a guy that's contending that's basically in there in the top 5, and then he has one bad hole.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
And he's 15th, and he's out of your.
That's Jordan Spieth about number 12.
I'm just saying the way that those contests work is if there's 100 guys, you just have to finish in 50th place or better, and everyone gets paid out the same amount. So if you put $100 in, you get $200 out as long as you finish in 50th.
What if I murder 50 of those other guys out of that? And
then you're going to win.
I'm guaranteed.
You're going to win. It's much easier to succeed.
Just a quick question. Does Emma ever get to speak on this podcast, or is it just you guys just have a pretty face?
After football's over, we shift to The Bachelorette, and then we have real awful opinions about women, and she reins us in. So that's when she gets real chatty.
My microphone also died, so I stopped talking.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
She talks once in a while.
I just don't know shit about golf.
Yeah, neither do we, by the way.
Neither do I.
Neither do we.
I sound like I do, but it's all bullshit. Yeah.
By the way, speaking of golf, I want to say thank you to Travis Matthews and Cutter. I believe it's cute. Cuater. They make the Travis Matthews golf shoes. They sent me some clothes where I haven't gotten it yet, but supposedly it's on its way. So thank you very much to the wonderful people. It's fucking Masters Week, so we should be celebrating.
I'm not thanking them. They didn't send me anything.
Well, you have your own sort of deal on the side with the various corporations you deal business with.
Cobra Puma Golf, the number one.
Cobra Puma Golf. Yeah, if that's your style, that's your thing.
And a special shout out to Mattress Mac.
Oh, always a thank you to Mattress Mac, number one sponsorship. If you need a mattress filled with bed bugs in the Houston area, head down to Mattress Mac. And you know what? If it's not boarded up, throw a brick through the fucking window. Because that's what that piece of shit deserves. Or a Molotov cocktail.
Did you guys get mattresses that had bed bugs in them?
No, this is some fucking guy. It's a long story, but he's a real piece of shit who bets against the Yankees and bet on the Houston Astros. And it's probably part of that whole cheating thing. By the way, see, Alex Cora got his job back.
Millions and millions of dollars. Yeah, fuck Alex Cora.
He's a big gambler, too.
Did you see the ex-GM that's suing the Astros?
Yeah, because he had no idea. He just put the team together. He's like, I didn't know they were a bunch of cheaters. Yeah. And then they cheated, and he's not getting a job right now, and he lost out on $22 million. Yeah. Everybody else can get a job. Tony La Russa got a job back.
Yeah.
By the way, Tony La Russa's going to get fired. Tony La Russa got a job back after he fucking got a DWI, his second DWI in February. They covered it up till after he got the job. Then they called him about it on SportsCenter, and he said, no comment, hung up the fucking phone on him. He's going to lose his job, as he should.
I mean, the details about that arrest are great. If he's getting in a cop car, he flashed his World Series ring and said, I'm a Hall of Famer baseball person.
Yeah. He goes, you're trying to show me up. It's like, bullshit, Tony. You got a fucking drinking problem. That's the problem.
See, so there needs to be like that card you can flash so you don't get the, DUI.
I mean, I'm sure there is. It's called, a United States Senator card or something like that, or a congressman.
When I was 21 years old, I was working on this TV show, and the director was a guy named Bill Bixby. Do you remember Bill Bixby?
Only Bixby wasn't that the guy, the alias from he
was the Hulk. He was the Hulk on the TV series and the Courtship of Eddie's Father and everything like that. But Bill Bixby liked to drink a lot of St. Pauli Girl and possibly some Colombian and Peruvian extras. And he
always fighting the war.
And he was a director on the show, and he used to drive this Corvette, when they were just fucking hopped up. And we're always like, dude, like you drive like a bat, fucking bat out of hell. How do you not get pulled over? And he reached behind his seat, and he had a California Highway Patrol hat that was like the California Highway Patrol hat. And he goes, this is how I do it. And I was like, I need to get me one of those, That's
I
your
mean,
get
I
out
don't
of
know if
jail.
it works. Yeah, but look, Tony La Russa tried to fucking big time. Nobody gives a shit down in Phoenix, Scottsdale. They have so many. If they're gonna give Charles Barkley a DUI after he told him he was trying to go get a blowjob, they're gonna give it to you, Tony La Russa. So, man up, take your fucking punishment. You're probably gonna lose your job, as you should.
Well, let's win this goddamn thing so you and I can go to Phoenix and play golf with Pat Perez because he invited us yesterday.
Yes, Pat Perez.
Yeah.
I wish you were playing down in Augusta this weekend. Fucking another gambler, Pat Perez. We got to go down there and play golf. But, by the way, Phoenix might be the only place, or Scottsdale might be the only place you're allowed to play because the numbers are going up everywhere. COVID's back, and pretty soon everything's going to get locked down again. Other than that, everything's fucking great, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone have anything they want to plug?
No, my mom's 80th birthday's this weekend.
Happy birthday, Mom.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm going to a super spreader event in Oklahoma, which will be fine.
Well, hopefully we'll win enough money to pay for your medical bills, Cort.
You got to get me the fucking steroid treatment, whatever you
the
do.
Remdesivir,
your buddy Jeff, who's told me yesterday that it's all a conspiracy, that doctors have had the cure for months. What the fuck is with that guy, man?
I love when someone spouts a conspiracy theory to you. You're just like, don't tell me about that. I don't believe it. I'm gonna hit the ball now. It's fucking amazing. I'm actually I have a gig. I'm gonna be in Omaha, Nebraska, at the Waiting Lounge, I believe it's called. It's a bar, outdoor bar. I don't know. I think it's indoors. I believe it's indoors or patio area. It's December 3rd, Thursday, one show, and two shows December 4th, Friday.
Wait, you're doing an outdoor show in Nebraska?
I don't know if it's outdoors. It's not. It's a bar. So I don't know.
And feature act to be determined, right?
Yes, yet to be determined. We're still working on it. So tickets are at thewaitinglounge.com. And you can get them there. I know it's limited capacity. So I don't know if we're indoors or outdoors.
I hope to God you're indoors. It's going to be like 2 degrees in December. What are you doing an outdoor show in December?
I'm unemployed, Brenton. Do you know there's a pandemic out there?
You get heckled by hypothermia.
Just bundle up. A little cold never hurt anyone.
Be a fucking man. I know. What are you, a gnome? You can't go outside in the cold? What's wrong with you?
No, it's been 60 in LA and I'm freezing my ass off.
Oh, you big pussy, Brenton. God damn it, dude. You're a pussy.
It's been it was 60 degrees here in Maine yesterday and people were on the beach in their bathing suits.
Yeah, Emma had a 2-piece bikini on yesterday running around the neighborhood.
Brent, are you in LA? Are you in LA?
I'm in Burbank, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm in Maine.
She's in Maine.
Wow.
And
Lucas is
out of here.
Lucas is in a Toys R Us, it looks like. What the fuck's going on behind you there?
No,
I got Drew Bledsoe on the right and Count Chocula.
I love it.
He's in the middle of Hollywood, baby.
Cort, you have a nice glory hole in your house. Look at that place. That's nice.
Yeah, that's some professional
shit. Over there. That looks good, dude.
Just comfortable in here, man. Just comfortable.
All right, that's the podcast for the week. Thank you very much for listening. I appreciate it. Check out Cort McCown at Cort McCown Insensitivity Training. I don't know if you're still doing the podcast. Are you?
No.
Maybe not.
Just go to my Instagram where I post pictures of Brenton and winning money.
Yeah. And that's it. We'll talk to you guys next week. Have a good one.